Welcome to Atlas Leadership Academy, where our goal is to offer world-class leadership to influence worldwide change. My name is Marianne Owen. I am the Executive Vice President for Atlas Leadership Academy and the Director of Marketing and Branding at Atlas Realty Group.
Marianne, thank you for the wonderful introduction. My name is William King. I'm a PhD candidate in business leadership and a CEO of Atlas Realty Group. Additionally, I am a Maxwell Leadership Facilitator, coach, and speaker. And today, we're going to be discussing leading well.
Yes. Great topic.
Great topic. And I think it's very important that we discuss leading well because typically we talk a lot about leadership and different leadership topics. But one thing that we have not discussed was once you gather all of these tools and all of the resources that we provided and all the information that was given, how do you apply that to life? Like, what can we do to actually lead well, and be better leaders? We talked about leadership a lot, but how do we exactly lead well?
Yes. So like you said, there's tools and things like that. And then it's the application of it that would, allow you to be a good leader and to continue to lead your people well. So I would say it's a little complicated, because it is a balancing act, right?
Complicated or complex?
A little of both, it just kind of depends on the person, I would think. But mostly I would think it's, it's definitely a balancing act. You have to be able to balance yourself and manage yourself as well as lead your team, lead it confidently and, and use your influence for good, so.
I think it's important to note that we know a leader is successful when the followership, taking a body of followership, and it goes to a different point.
Okay.
Whenever the body moves and that person is leading, that's when you can determine that the leadership has been successful.
Oh, I agree.
Like whenever the goals of a team have been made, or whenever the team have reached a new accolade within inside of their business cycle.
Right.
Then I think leadership has been effective. So whenever we look at it, how do I determine if I'm an effective leader? Look at your body of work.
Yes.
Don't look at yourself. Look at your body of work and you can determine, have I led well?
Right. So there'll be like benchmarks and points and things that you would hit in order to determine it's like, okay, we're making progress, as a team, as a group, as a business, we're really moving forward and doing things. All right.
Advancing the agenda. I love it. Now, the best way that I can imagine to assist in moving a body of people from one destination to another, in my opinion, is through influence.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, right?
It is. And leading well requires a few basic steps. Number one, we're going to talk about influence.
Yes.
To me, influence is not as simple as the word being influential.
Right.
Because to influence, it requires a skill and a talent. I believe that it is an art and a science.
Yes.
It's something you have to actively work on. You can't just wake up one day and decide that I'm going to be influential. Right? While leadership can become complex, it is our job to simplify it, number one.
Yes.
Okay. I believe influence is the magic in leadership. What do you think about that?
I agree with that. It's what brings it all together. It's not just the, I guess, like everything that's written. It's not just the checklist. It's what you bring to it. It's your passion. It's your desire. It's your fire. That's what people, it's your heart. That's what people really latch onto because, you can have checklists, you can have words and things like that on a paper, but it doesn't mean anything if there is no emotion or no heart or drive behind it. So that's the part that's magical, the influence that you bring. And it all encompasses, I think, those things. When they see your desire and your burn and your passion for whatever it is that you're doing or, the business that you're leading, then that's what's going to attract people then get them to move, as well.
So we are in agreement that influence is not a thing. It's not a noun.
It can be. It's a noun and a verb, I would say.
A noun and a verb?
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards a verb. It's an action.
It is an action, but you have to have that thing first. Like I said, part of influence is based on, what is driving you inside, and that's what causes the influence. So, maybe the influence is the end result of what comes from inside, if that makes sense.
That does make sense, but what comes from inside, I say, would be the outcome of the actual body, the body of people. Yes. Based on what you have inside of you.
Right.
Because one thing we know for sure is that you can't buy loyalty.
No.
You can't buy someone's heart.
No, you can't.
You can't buy someone's soul.
No, it would have to be based on like the conviction. Like, are they, feeling the message?
Right.
Do they understand your mission? Do they feel like, okay, I understand their mission, so I know that's something that I want to do or I want to partner with. So that's what would cause them to want to partner alongside, and then accompany your mission, right?
Right.
So,
I think the followership should be enthusiastic about actually following the leader to the next destination.
they absolutely should, right?
You can't buy enthusiasm.
No.
do we-
That's something that comes from within
Correct.
and is based on, I guess, the influence of the leader.
Yeah.
To, show, this is why this is a good thing. This is
Right.
why you should follow me. This is why, we started here, but we're going to go there and we would love for you to come with us.
So we can't take influence lightly
No,
because it's
absolutely
very
not.
much a responsibility as a leader to be influential.
Yes.
If that doesn't
because
happen,
the influence, right, like it's a verb, the influence is what's going to get people to move.
right? Because I don't think anything will be achieved if a leader is not influential.
No, it won't.
Because no one will want to follow you. Because at the end of the day, people do what they want.
They do.
And they decide to follow you or not. They can very much well go somewhere else, but they decided to be at your company, on your team, under your tutelage. So it's up to you to be influential to get them to the next point in life.
That's right.
Whether that's the next big goal, whether that's the next big sale, whether that's the next change in their personal life. It's all up to you to be that person of influence, to show that person that it is possible
That's right.
and show them the way and how to get there.
That's correct. I agree.
And that's what I
All
enjoy about
parts.
leadership the most, is that we as leaders, we have the ability to show someone their maximum potential. And not even just showing their maximum potential, but also giving them a roadmap to follow.
Yes.
And if the followership just followed that roadmap that the leaders identified, there will be way more leaders created, more people's lives will be enriched, more people will have found success in accomplishing their goals. And I believe that will create worldwide change.
Absolutely, it will.
Because there's a lot of, I don't know the word to say, a lot of craziness in this world.
Yeah, craziness is putting
Yeah.
it lightly, I think.
Correct. This world needs a lot more leadership, right? So by applying the
I would
basic
say a lot
principle,
more positive leadership.
I agree.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people standing up and they are fools, but people consider them leaders, right? Because they're the ones standing up, like,
Well, because they have influence,
correct. And they're wielding that power for bad.
right?
and
Even
not good.
especially if they have a platform, if they have influence, whether it's positive and negative, it causes people to shift.
It does.
You
It
know?
does, yeah.
Shift in mindset, shift in desired goals, shift in desirability to be better or stagnant or stay where you're at.
Yes.
All those
very
things
true.
do happen within this world.
It does.
So the goal that we have at Atlas Leadership Academy is to influence worldwide change
Correct.
for the better.
For the better.
For the better. It is our responsibility and our duty. We really, it comes from the heart.
Yes.
That we really want to influence worldwide change. We want to see people become better, reach their maximum potential,
Yes.
and enrich their lives.
Yes.
So therefore, they
All
can
of those
enrich the
things.
lives of others, and it becomes a trickle-down effect.
It does. Yes. And then
know.
with that, also, our hope is, not only helping people find their path, but also creating more leaders.
Correct.
And then so they can create more leaders and then so on and so forth.
I totally agree. Now, the ability to inspire someone, if you really nail down inspiration and inspire and influence, you can move men across an ocean without a boat. I think that's powerful.
Yeah, it is powerful.
Realistic? Probably not. We want a boat to go across the ocean.
Yes.
I'll show you how to build that boat. However, if I've inspired you enough to walk across the water, you best believe I have done it first. And I'm gonna walk in front of you,
Right.
right?
Yes.
However, but because you have seen it happen, you're more inspired to do it yourself. So, that was pretty cool. I want to do that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he can do it. I can do it.
But for me personally, I'm gonna have a boat. Just me personally.
Yeah.
Now, quick question for you:
Sure.
do you think influence is earned, or do you think people should automatically follow you because you are a leader, or considered a leader?
Can influence be earned?
Right.
No.
No?
I feel like it's one of those things you either have it or you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can earn influence.
Right.
You can earn, followers. Like
Yeah.
you can have people follow you. You can earn a
But
position.
but wait, but why would people follow you in the first place?
Because you have influence.
Right.
Right. You either have it or you don't. You can have a ton of great ideas. You can have all the book smarts in the world, but if you don't have any influence, it doesn't make any difference. Nobody's listening to you.
I understand that. But with people doing what they want and they decide to follow you, can you say that it was earned? Like I earned your followership, but the followership only happened
Well,
because
that's
I was
followership.
influential.
That's not influence.
Right,
You're
but
not
it only
earning
happened because it
influence.
was influenced, because they were influenced to do so.
Right. But you either have the influence or you don't.
I agree with that. I'm not debating that. I'm definitely not debating that.
I don't know if you can
Well, let me
earn
ask you another
influence. You
question.
can grow
Okay.
in influence. You can
Right.
Yes.
Well, let me
you
ask you
can
another
grow in
question.
it.
What is the difference between influence and manipulation?
I don't think there is any. Hold
Don't
on,
say
let me-
any.
Let me think about it.
Don't say any.
So, is there a difference between influence and manipulation? People use their influence to manipulate. So, manipulation is either, manipulation is the bad part of people
influence.
using their influence, or you can
Right.
use it for good to where it's just like, I'm not trying to, take anything from you. My intentions are good,
Right.
and and whatnot. So
I-
that's
I was
using your
gonna say that
influence for
too.
good. But manipulation, when
Yeah.
you're using your influence to kind of like get what you want out of somebody, you lie, you cheat, or
Right.
whatever, you deceive purposely.
Right.
That's manipulation, and you're using either your position, you're using your seat, or whatever to get what you want. And
Mm-hmm.
the thought of helping this person is not not in that decision.
It's probably for selfish gain.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are the words I was trying to think of.
I was definitely going to say it all depends on the intent of the influence, and if it's based on deception, then that is clear manipulation,
Right.
right?
Right.
Now, if we're trying to influence and we're telling the absolute truth about what it is we're talking about, that's just influence. Although manipulation is a form of influence, it's just the negative aspects of influencing.
Correct.
You
I mean, correct. Sure. Yes.
Now, there's 4 ways that can pretty much guarantee you're leading well.
Okay.
4 ways.
What are those 4 ways?
We're going to talk about each one of them individually, right? Break it down, tell you what it means, and then we'll move on.
All right. Well, I'll let you have the first one. Prove yourself.
Prove yourself. Now, I think it's very important before you decide to be a leader, before anyone decides to follow you, before you decide you want to influence someone, I think it's very important that you prove yourself.
Okay. Now, how can one prove themselves?
And see, I was just about to say that. You have to prove yourself to the actual body you're trying to influence or you're trying to move.
Okay.
You can prove yourself by showing your own results. Number 1, set the bar high for yourself and achieve that bar. Set your own goals and achieve those goals.
Okay.
Show people that it is possible. Show people that you have the moral character that they can follow you.
Nice.
Because overall, I do believe that people genuinely want to be good. After all, I believe it is our innate desire to be good.
Yeah, and do the right thing.
Yeah, and do the right thing, because no one is born bad.
Right.
No one is born a bad person.
Right. That's learned.
That's learned. Behaviors are all learned. So you can prove yourself by having certain characteristics. You can prove yourself by having certain accolades already completed. Just like, for example, I'm a real estate salesman by trade.
What?
Right? I sell real estate. There's no secret to that. Okay. I don't believe that our brokerage would have found the level of success we have found if myself have not sold a certain number of homes.
Very true.
If I have not gone through the process of understanding how to gain more clients, how to start a business, how to gain more followership in building the business, I don't think people would have followed me if I haven't done those things.
I agree.
So I think I have proven myself in that manner.
Right. Right.
As a realtor, I've proven myself. As a leader, I believe I have improved myself just by looking at my own moral character and looking at the characteristics that I have within myself and people have seen. So when I say first you must prove yourself, I think it's important that you take a look in the mirror, evaluate where you are in life. And if you feel like you have not accomplished what it is you set out to accomplish, take care of those things first.
Yeah.
Because here's one thing that you said, and this is when it comes to proving yourself, and I love this. Transform yourself into the individual you will willingly follow and witness the ripple effect as others emulate your example.
Right. I like that.
Say that again. I want you to say it this time. 'Cause when it came off my tongue, I kind of got the chills. So I want you to say it again.
All right. So transform yourself into the individual you would like. Wait, let me start over.
Is it a tongue twister?
A little bit.
You got a couple of W's in there.
Yeah. And then my
Okay.
phone is ringing. Okay. Transform yourself into the individual you would willingly follow and witness the ripple effect as others emulate your example.
Right. And that simply is proving yourself.
Right.
You know, one of my mentors is Derek Barksdale.
Mm-hmm.
He's a CEO, founder of Military Mutual, and as well as the president of the VAREP chapter in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, he is on a flight to go to the Hill in DC to speak on affairs for VA representative for homeownership.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think that guy all around is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
From his personal life to his professional life to his wife to his kids, he's outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him an A+ in all areas of life.
A+ in life. Nice.
Right. A+ in life. He's found success. Mm-hmm. He's my mentor. So I want to constantly try to transform myself into what he is, you know, because overall he influenced me. Mm-hmm. And I'm now his followership.
Right.
Every
And
great leader must have a leader, you know?
That's true. Yeah. You can't always lead yourself because, you don't know everything.
Correct.
And it is going to take somebody with some fresh eyes, someone with experience.
Correct.
And somebody with the heart to reproduce themselves in order to see what needs tweaking.
Correct.
And then build you up and encourage you to go your way. You know, those people are really important.
I agree, because no one is going to follow anyone that has less experience than them or time or has not necessarily know what they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But, I wouldn't say to necessarily put a cap on age.
I'm not referring to age.
Yeah.
I'm just referring to experience.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with age. What I'm saying is, if you have not achieved your own goals, how can you effectively lead someone else to achieve theirs?
Okay. I get that point. I got you.
And achieving your goals comes with experience.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know?
Well, you gain experience as you achieve your goals.
Correct.
Perfect.
What is your point of view on improving yourself?
Oh.
What about you? I gave you my point of view and what I did. You were director of branding and marketing for our organization. Mm-hmm. Also the vice president of the Leadership Academy. How did you prove yourself? Like, how did you get there? You know what I mean? You didn't just wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to be a director today.
I did not.
And you have a followership.
I do.
You influence people every single day. And people like you.
They do.
And
Which
they take
is nice.
And they take what you say and they implement it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
So give me your own spin, your own take on improving yourself.
Well, proving yourself, it very much is every point that you made. But for me, I always set the bar high for myself. I have very high standards. And I try to relax that a little bit because it could get into, some other things like, self-deprecation and whatnot. So I have to be very careful. Balance again.
Right.
But I do set a very high standards and the bar, for myself, high goals, high dreams, and then I go after them. And then my thing, whenever I am, dealing with people, it's always first in love. It's like, I want somebody to I would want to be the one to tell you because I love you and not just let you go on your way, knowing I've got the information to help you along your path.
Right.
Because I feel like, there were people that did do that for me. And there were also people that did not do that for me. And I can see, looking back, I recognize that. It's like, why didn't anybody tell me? Y'all just let me run around crazy.
Right.
So with that is my intention. That's my goal, is to always help people along the way that's willing to receive it. And then my intention and my motivation is always to do it in love, because I just want to see people win. I want to see everybody win. There's enough room out here for all of us to win, right?
I love it.
So
I love it. I say it all the time. Everybody can win.
Yeah.
Everybody can win.
Yes.
Don't be selfish.
I know, it is so selfish. It's like the more you hold back, it's like the less you'll have. But if you push it out, push people and then watch them achieve their success. Oh my goodness. That just will break me down every single time, like a proud mama bird, just like, oh, look at my babies flying.
Right. Every single time I write a check, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's not in my name. I just write the check.
But it's like exciting. It's like, look at what I'm building. Look who I'm helping.
Correct.
Look, they're out there making deals. They're closing.
Imagine what it can do for their life.
Yeah. And their families,
Right. And their families and their kids, and Their kids can go to the best private schools. They can drive the best cars.
Right.
You know, they can have the best house. I love it.
And you know what set me on that? Really, I was thinking, I don't even know how I got to this point, but I was thinking about like I think the word is epitaph. It's like what you would put on your tombstone. And somebody said it was
oh
a
my
good
God,
speaker.
that's the good. That's
so
the,
where
that's
it's
the best.
like,
Yes.
you know, you have your date or the year you were born and then the year you die and the
and
dash.
what they put in your tombstone.
What's in the dash?
Right.
And it's like, oh crap, I just don't want it to be nothing. I don't want it to be a blur. I want my life to mean something. And I want something
Right.
meaningful. I want that dash to mean something. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think? I just thought about this too. This is what I think would be so great.
What?
If you want to do an exercise with your team, you know, and this is going to sound a little cruel, but stick with me for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Do an exercise with your team. Bring them all together in the schoolhouse, in the school circle. I was about to use a military term. Bring them all together in a small, you know, group setting, like you're going to do a group discussion. And tell your team, give them a scenario and say, at the end of the scenario, let them know you have passed away, like you died.
Oh, I've done an
And
assignment
have
like
your
that.
team perform your eulogy
Ooh,
and see what comes up.
ooh. Are people ready for that?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I actually want to do that.
I want to do it too. That's why I've never done exercise, but I think it'd be a really cool exercise if you really want to evaluate yourself. And if you want to get real strict about it, walk away and then just record it.
Yeah.
So therefore, the pressure is not in the room because you're there. Walk away.
And then you have to hear it later.
Give
Like,
the assignment. And don't tell me you're recording nothing. Just give the assignment, have them complete the assignment with like another team leader or manager, you know, and walk away
Oh,
and go back and listen later.
that's a good one. I like that.
That'd be great.
That's good. Because then you'll really know, like, what is the impact you're making?
Correct.
How do people really feel about you? You know
Correct.
what I mean? So, yeah.
Because if you suck, you'll find out real quick
Yeah.
at the funeral.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You know, people knocking over your casket.
If I offended anyone, I apologize in advance.
So
This is just
sorry.
a small exercise to determine
Yes.
your ability as a leader.
Yes. That's definitely out of the box thinking. I like it. Though.
Correct. Moving on. The second way that you can actually lead well is to earn your relationships.
Yes.
As leaders, oftentimes we think that
People are supposed to follow you because
of my position.
Right.
Right.
I'm the director of marketing. You
Right.
should listen.
You should listen to what I say. But I think the best form of leadership is when a relationship is earned. I can influence you all day, but you only go listen so long until you become focused on something else.
Right. It doesn't mean anything if I'm not following. Like, yeah, sure.
It doesn't mean anything if you're not connected to it.
Oh, yeah.
And the
that's good.
connection comes with human emotions. If we actually build a relationship, and I don't expect you to just give me your respect or give me your followership, I've earned the relationship with you because we took the time to cultivate it. We took the time to cherish it and build it. Loyalty can then be created. Influence can then be achieved over a long distance.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you're not just a temporary follower
Correct.
because we now have a long lasting relationship.
Absolutely. Because people never forget the impact that you make on their life.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Never.
They're always going to think back. They're always going to reach back. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, that relationship, that bond that's, earned,
Right.
right? Because you've proven yourself in number one.
Number one, you prove yourself.
And that relationship that you have earned, that's trust, respect, loyalty. It's going to be like bonded for life,
Correct.
And then those types of relationships are really, really rare. So they should be handled with the most extreme care, in my opinion.
Correct.
And, given the utmost respect.
Right. Now, within our industry in the real estate business, a lot of brokerage have a high turnover rate, because there's a lot of opportunities for realtors at different organizations.
Right.
However, I have a personal challenge to break the status quo. I really focus on building relationships
Yeah.
with the independent contractors that we employ. I really focus on earning those relationships to the point where they don't want to leave. I like to think that my staff is unrecruitable. Are they? Yes, they are. First of all,
yeah, they
they're
are.
recruitable. Okay.
Unrecruitable?
They cannot be recruited.
Yes. Okay.
And that's not a word.
I
made it
think
up. They're unrecruitable.
sounds
Okay.
like a dish.
But that just speaks to the volume of my level of leadership and how deep I go into just being a leader. And I don't do this to, say that I'm a great leader. I do it for them,
Right.
Because I really want them to reach their maximum potential. And it's something that resonates in my heart. I'm connected with that message. It's my personal mission statement to help everyone achieve their maximum potential.
I agree with that. Totally. Yeah. And for me personally, that was part of the reason why I joined Atlas, because I could see it in,
Right.
You and Ronaldo and Justin, like y'all's heart was in the right place.
Correct.
Your methods may have been a little, but your heart was in the right place. And for me, that was very important. So I was like, well, okay, their intention is always good. So let's see if we can mold and, and really kind of
Mold it, make it better.
Yeah.
Build.
Like what can Marianne bring to help this?
Your personal touch have definitely increased
I know, I've
us
heard.
as an organization. You definitely, we like having you around. You know what I mean? We enjoy
Good.
you. All right.
That is good.
So the third way that you can lead well is by making your team
Make
successful.
your team successful.
Which we just talked about.
Yes.
My personal mission statement: help everyone reach their maximum potential. Not show them their maximum potential,
I help them
but
get there.
reach their maximum potential. Help them
Yes.
get there. Building the bridge constantly, and if that bridge don't work, tear it down. Let's start over.
Yep.
I have several paths that I've traveled.
Yes. And
I
there's
got plenty of
nothing
bridges
wrong
to go
with
through.
starting over, which
There's
is
nothing wrong
another
starting
thing I
over.
like. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plenty of paths that I've crossed. We can always start over if that don't work.
That's right.
It's never a failure. Remember, we just talked about that. It's never a failure. It's a lesson learned.
It's just a lesson.
We can go back and do something different
Yes.
and take notes from what we did before in the past and keep going to implement those lessons
Correct.
so we don't get back on that same path.
Correct. Take what works, throw out what didn't.
Right. And Marianne, you said something very, very important.
I
And
did.
look,
Yeah. So
the true measure, listen to this, guys. It's going to make you like, what you call those, goosebumps?
goosebumps.
The true measure of a leader's influence is seen in the growth and success of their team as they empower others to shine. Wow.
Yep.
Mic drop. I'm going to read that again for the people in the back.
Say it louder for all of them back
Say it louder for the people in the back. The true measure of a leader's influence is seen in the growth and success of their team as they empower others to shine.
Yep. It's about the people.
It's about the people.
It's about pushing them to their fullest potential. It's about letting them shine.
Right. Whenever you get to a certain level in life, the awards, the accolades, none of that stuff matters. I haven't gotten an award for any sale in real estate in, I don't know, years. I don't care.
Right. But how many veterans have you put in homes?
How many veterans have I put in homes? How many awards have I given out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many agents have you empowered and they're off and running?
That's my real reward.
Yeah.
Is the awards I give out. I'm gonna read that again.
Read it again. One more time.
The true measure of a leader's influence is seen in the growth and success of their team as they empower others to shine.
Yep. Good
I want
stuff.
you guys to remember that. Write that down. Take a picture. The quote is going to be at the bottom of the screen. That is an amazing thing to live by as a leader. And is the for sure way to know that you're leading well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
How many stars have you created?
Right. The last way we can ensure people lead well is
And we just talked about this too.
help people reach their maximum potential.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We talked about it, for the last few minutes, and we spoke about it week after week, episode after episode, show after show.
Yeah.
Leadership is about helping others reach their goal. Leadership is about helping others achieve what it is they want to achieve.
Right.
Leadership is not about you.
Right.
It's not about what you can achieve. It's not about how much you can make. It's not about what it is that you want to see happen for that person. It's not about none of that.
There is just so much excitement. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced the joy
Right.
of seeing somebody that you've helped grow
Right.
hit their mark, hit their points, hit their goals. And then it's just they're so excited. They're so happy. And it's I had a hand in that. That
Correct.
is,
I
mean, it's better than gold.
get really excited about leadership, about being a leader, not about being the CEO of a company. I don't get excited about that. That's whatever.
Yeah.
That's a title. Oh, what was that one quote? I don't know this quote, but I'm gonna try it. It said, "The letters Wait, what is it?
The letters at the beginning or the letters at the end of your name or something like that don't mean anything.
That wasn't the quote, but that was the point of the quote.
Yeah,
it said
the
something
gist
about
of
a
it.
pig and a pig's tail.
Oh yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with the taste of the bacon.
It said leadership is like leadership is like a pig.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pig's tail. The letters at the front and the letters at the end has nothing to do with the quality of the bacon.
That's it.
That's what it was. And I was like, man, I had to read it twice to understand it.
Yes.
You know? So it doesn't matter what your prefix or suffix is or what degree you
All
hold
the degrees,
or what
yes.
sort of certification you have
Mhm.
or how much money you made or whatever.
Right.
You know, if you're not helping people become better and creating more leaders, those accolades are very selfish.
They really don't mean anything.
I mean anything. They mean something to
other
you.
than you spent a lot of money on student loans.
Hey, I'm in that category. Relax.
Be honest.
Okay, I'm in that category.
No, but you're growing.
Yes.
Growing in your leadership. You're fine.
So my student loans meant something because I'm influencing
They mean
people to do
something.
better.
Exactly. It's not in vain. Not yet.
Right. Now, guys, I want to give a quick shout out to John C. Maxwell and the Maxwell Leadership Team for writing this book. The contents of this podcast came directly from 4 Steps to Help You Lead Well, or to help anyone lead well. So John Maxwell and the Maxwell team, thank you for writing such glorious books. If you guys want, you can check it out. The link, you can buy the book from Amazon or from any other online bookstore. It's a great book to read. It's a quick read, very
Yes.
small, but that's where the contents was directly taken from.
Lots of great nuggets in there.
Yeah. So as we continue next week, we're going to dive more into different topics on helping you lead well as the show continues. I really want you guys to tune in,
Yeah.
you know, as we continue to talk about leadership. And this is very important.
It is. It's so important.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're here to help. We're here to make worldwide change, you know, help you grow your influence as well. So,
Amen. All right, Marianne, what an interesting conversation. As we
Yes.
wrap up, we discussed leading well and the power of influence. If you'd like to know more about our offerings, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Atlas Leadership Academy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also click the notification bell for updates. Join us next week as we continue to dive into more leadership topics and help you become a better leader. If you'd like to have our show notes, please go to our bio.